latest Manchester United news as the fallout to the Tottenham draw continues. Manchester United begin the final international break of the year with mixed feelings following Saturday's 2-2 draw at Tottenham. Matthijs de Ligt struck deep into stoppage time to rescue a point for United, who looked set to claim a semblance of revenge for defeat to Spurs in the Europa League final when Brian Mouma haunted old boss Thomas Frank with a 32nd minute opener. But Matthijs drew the hosts level 6 minutes from time. Moments later, substitute Benjamin Sesko was forced to limp off and leave United with 10 men for the closing stages. Ruben Amorim faced a first loss since September when Richarlison scored in the 91st minute. But de Ligt powered home Bruno Fernandes' corner with seconds left in North London. It extended United's unbeaten run to 5 matches, although the head coach was left wanting more. Amorim will be feeling far more positive than during the last international break, when there were big question marks over his future. However, the Portuguese coach will be reflecting on what might have been following successive 2-2 draws at Nottingham Forest and Spurs. Here's a round-up of some of the latest news from Old Trafford. United can forget about recalling Hojlund from his loan spell. Sesko's worrying looking knee injury, sustained after he came off the bench at Spurs, will potentially leave United short up front heading into the winter. As a result, Amorim may feel compelled to dive back into the transfer market for a striker when the January window opens. However, a return for Hojlund is not on the cards following his loan move to Napoli in the summer. Napoli may have the option to secure Hojlund permanently for £38 million next summer, reports the Manchester Evening News. Meanwhile, Fabrizio Romano claims that the temporary deal features an option which could become an obligation. Those connected to the arrangement consider that guaranteed should they secure Champions League qualification. The reigning Serie A champions are currently second in the table, behind leaders AC Milan on goal difference. Therefore, United have no recall clause available should they attempt to bring him back to Old Trafford in January. Sheffield Wednesday manager Henrik Pedersen has lavished praise on United youngster Harry Maas as he looks to extend the defender's loan spell at Hillsborough. The left wing back has been a revelation since joining Crisis, hit Wednesday in the summer. Maas has made such an impression that Pedersen has already held talks with United officials about him staying in South Yorkshire for the rest of the season. With the Owls likely to be the subject of a takeover after going into administration, the terms of the deal could change. But it won't alter Pedersen's desire to hang on to the youngster for the rest of the season. I spoke with Kevin Burdell, United recruitment manager, said Pedersen. We have been in Manchester to have a meeting with them about this situation for the future. I think we should have this back in the next 2 or 3 weeks when we speak about the development from Harry and what it could look like after Christmas.